If you are a freelancer and you are still tracking your income and expenses in a random spreadsheet, or worse, not tracking them at all, you are almost certainly leaving money on the table at tax time. Today, I am doing a head-to-head comparison of the 3 most popular bookkeeping tools for freelancers in 2026: QuickBooks, Self-Employed, FreshBooks, and Wave. I will tell you exactly which one to use based on your income level, and I will be honest about it because none of these companies are paying me to say any of this. Let me start with why this matters so much. As a freelancer, every dollar of business expense you fail to track is a dollar you are paying unnecessary taxes on. At a 15.3% self-employment tax rate plus your income tax rate, a missed $100 deduction could cost you $30 to $40. Multiply that across a full year of forgotten receipts, unlogged mileage, and miscategorized transactions, and you could easily be overpaying by $2,000 to $5,000 annually. Good bookkeeping software pays for itself many times over. Let me walk through each platform, starting with Wave because it is free, and that matters when you are just getting started. Wave is completely free for accounting, invoicing, and receipt scanning. They make their money on payment processing and payroll services, not on the core bookkeeping product. For expense tracking, Wave connects to your bank accounts and credit cards and pulls in transactions automatically. You categorize them into tax-relevant categories, and at year-end you have a clear picture of your Schedule C numbers. The invoicing is solid. You can create professional invoices, set up recurring billing, and accept online payments, though Wave charges 2.9% plus 60 cents per credit card transaction on those payments. Receipt scanning works through their mobile app. You photograph a receipt, and it attaches to the matching transaction. For mileage tracking, and this is important, Wave does not have built-in mileage tracking. At 72.5 cents per mile in 2026, mileage is one of the biggest deductions for freelancers who drive for work. If you use Wave, you will need a separate mileage app like Everlance or MileIQ. Wave also does not directly export a Schedule C or integrate with tax software. You will need to pull reports and enter numbers manually or hand them to your accountant. For freelancers earning under $50,000 a year, Wave is genuinely the right choice. You save the $150 to $200 a year you would spend on paid software. And at that income level, the missing features are manageable. Now let me talk about FreshBooks, which runs about $17 a month for the Lite plan. FreshBooks was originally built as an invoicing tool, and it shows. The invoicing experience is the best of the 3. Proposals, contracts, time tracking, and invoicing all live in one workflow, which is fantastic if you bill clients by the hour or by the project. Expense tracking works through bank connections just like the others is, but FreshBooks also has strong project-based expense tracking. If you want to see profitability per client or per project, FreshBooks handles that better than QuickBooks Self-Employed. Receipt scanning is available on mobile. Mileage tracking is built in on the higher tier plans, which is a significant advantage over Wave. For tax preparation, FreshBooks generates profit and loss reports and expense summaries that map well to Schedule C categories, though it does not have a direct TurboTax integration the way QuickBooks does. The double-entry accounting system is more robust than what you get with QuickBooks Self-Employed, which is actually single entry. For freelancers earning between $50,000 and $100,000, FreshBooks hits the sweet spot. The project tracking and superior invoicing justify the cost, and at that income level you are probably working with multiple clients and need that organizational layer. QuickBooks. Self-employed costs about $15 a month, and for freelancers earning over $100,000, it is my top recommendation. Here is why. The tax integration is unmatched. QuickBooks. Self-employed was designed specifically for Schedule C filers. Every transaction you categorize feeds directly into estimated tax calculations. It tracks your quarterly estimated tax payments, calculates your self-employment tax in real time, and if you use TurboTax, your Schedule C data transfers over with a few clicks. That integration alone can save you hours and reduce errors during filing. Mileage tracking is built in and automatic using your phone GPS. At 72.5 cents per mile, a freelancer who drives 15,000 business miles per year is looking at a $10,875 deduction. QuickBooks captures that without you having to remember to log trips. Receipt scanning works well. Bank integration works well. The invoicing is adequate, but not as polished as FreshBooks. The reason I recommend it for the higher income tier specifically is that as your income grows, the tax complexity grows with it. You might be managing quarterly payments on 6 figures of self-employment income, navigating the QBI deduction, which gives you 20% off qualified business income and is now permanent under OBBA with a $400 minimum deduction, or maxing out a solo 401k at up to $70,000 total. QuickBooks keeps those tax implications visible in real time. Now, before you pull out your credit card, let me mention the free alternatives. If you are earning under $20,000 a year from freelancing, a well-structured spreadsheet honestly works fine. You can find free Schedule C expense tracking templates that categorize everything properly. Notion and Airtable templates also work. The critical thing is that you are tracking consistently, not which tool you use. A free spreadsheet you actually update every week beats a paid subscription you ignore for 3 months. There are a few things all 3 platforms handle that you need to be aware of for 2026 specifically. The 1099 NEC reporting threshold has changed. Under OBBBA, clients now must report payments of $2,000 or more, up from the old $600 threshold. This means some of your smaller client payments may no longer generate a 1099, but you are still legally required to report all income regardless of whether you receive a 1099. Your bookkeeping software is your proof of what you actually earned. Also, whichever platform you choose, make sure you are separating business and personal expenses cleanly. Use a dedicated business bank account and a dedicated business credit card. Connect only those accounts to your bookkeeping software. This single step eliminates the most time-consuming part of freelance bookkeeping, which is sorting through mixed transactions trying to figure out what was business and what was personal. Let me give you my final recommendation in the simplest terms possible. If you are under $50,000, use Wave and pair it with a free mileage tracking app. If you are between $50,000 and $100,000, use FreshBooks for the invoicing and project management. If you are over $100,000, use QuickBooks Self-Employed for the tax integration. And if you are just starting out, use a spreadsheet until you have enough income to justify any software at all. The best bookkeeping system is the one you will actually use every single week. If this helped you figure out which tool to use, hit subscribe because I break down one specific freelance money topic every single week on this channel.